We're going to start the video by creating the AWS console login. We need to go to the AWS console, and if you try to sign in without creating the account and put your email address, you're going to be seeing this kind of an error that you need to create an account. So you will be clicking at the bottom where it says create a new AWS account. After that, you're gonna be asked for your name and all those things, and then it's gonna be asking you for an email address and the account name. So you're gonna be using the same. You're gonna be providing your email address here and the AWS account name. The AWS account name can be changed later on, as there's a disclaimer at the just before the prompt. You would be clicking verify email address. It's going to be sending you a code afterwards on your email. So once you receive your verification code, you're going to be putting in that code, and we're going to be, once we receive it in our email, we're going to putting it in here and hit verify. After verifying it, it's gonna get you here where you're gonna be selecting your password. Basically, it should have capital, it should have a regular, it should have a number and a special character. After that, it's gonna ask you about your full name, your phone number, address, all that kind of information. Next window is gonna be about putting in about your debit or credit card information. You're gonna be putting that in, and once completed, you're gonna be pressing verify and continue. Okay, so this is like, even if you are gonna be using it as a free tier, you definitely have to provide all that information. You can't skip it for now. And you have to have a card on file in order to create the AWS account. Okay, and once you click on verify and continue, it's gonna get you here where you're gonna be putting in your phone number, and it's gonna be sending you an SMS message. Once you verify your phone number, it will, like, you're gonna be putting in that verification code. So basically, you need to have a phone number and an email address in order to create the AWS account. And after that, it's going to be asking you about the plan. We're going to be, for now, we're going to just be going with the basic support free plan, and no extra support is needed. Complete sign up, and then congratulations, you just uh, have your AWS account set up. And after this one, we're going to be going through different uh, services and what are, like, what is included in the free tier. Okay, now we're going to be covering the different kind of offers AWS has for the folks who who just created the new account. So you can categorize the services in terms of, like, or the free services in, or the offers made by AWS, in three different categories. One is the always free category, one is 12 months free, and the third one is a short-term trial. I'm gonna be going through the services which are gonna be mostly free for, like, I will let you know, like, which ones are gonna be free forever, and which ones are just gonna time out after 1 year. So these are the services which I think are very helpful. The first one is the EC2. You can actually create an instance, like a Linux or a Windows machine, of, like, like t2.micro instance, for which they're gonna give you 750 hours per month If you just launch an instance, they're going to give you 750 hours per month, which basically means that with that kind of which is going to be more than enough to cover you for a month. So basically, you're going to be good for 1 year if you have one instance, one Linux or Windows instance running, which is of type T2.micro. The other one is Lambda. Lambda is like, again, they give you 1 million free requests per month. And apart from that, once you create the Lambda here, they're gonna let you do 400,000 GB seconds of compute time per month. So what it means is like you can hit the Lambda for 1 million times free of cost per month, but like for how long the Lambda is going to be running, because you can normally, I think the default is 5 seconds or 1 second, but you can actually go up to 60 seconds. So depending on that, you can get 400,000 GB seconds of compute time per month. The next service which I really love about AWS is the S3. This is a storage one. You're gonna have like 5 GB of standard standard storage, but then you can have like 20,000 get requests and 20 and 2,000 put requests, which basically means that uh, like uh, you can put you can actually upload something, uh, some files for uh, like 2,000 times, and then you can download them 20,000 times. So and the output data you can do is up to, like, basically the transfer, like you can transfer the data up to 15 GB from there. So basically you're gonna end up having a maximum of 5 GB which is staying there. But even if you are within that, but you are putting a lot of times you are uploading and downloading, so there are some limits on that too. The next one is the databases. The databases can be categorized, like we can actually categorize them in two different types. One is the RDS and one is the DynamoDB, which is the local Amazon database. So in the RDS, basically what they do is like you can have 750 hours of a database instance, which is again of type micro type, and there are uh, in the micro types they have three different versions. They're gonna let you have db.t2, t3, and t4g. These ones are gonna be like when you are creating those instances, you can have one of that which is gonna run for the whole month, a total of 20 GB of storage and 20 GB of backups, free of cost for the first one free year. uh, like yeah, for the first year, if you're using your free tier, which you would for the first year. Again, if you want to know how much would are you saving, I have been running the similar RDS MySQL instance, like on my other account, where I have the similar micro instances with 20 GB of storage. It ends up like you end up paying almost $1 a day, so which is gonna be like a $30 per month. They do uh, they do basically advertise them a little lower, but for some reason I am not getting those prices. Maybe my RDS is part of the VPC, which is the default case. Not sure why, but I was getting $30, almost $30, a little less than that per month bills for the RDS instances. Again, this is going to be free for the first year, and you can have like the MySQL or any of the like there are instances you can look into. We have MariaDB, you have Aurora, you have MySQL, PostgreSQL is there. So you have a lot of choices. The other one is the DynamoDB. They really push hard for the users to use it, and you can see from their offer. First of all, they give you 25 GB of storage and 25 provision write capacity units and 25 provision read capacity units. Uh, and this one thing which is really special about this DynamoDB is if you uh, use their DynamoDB, which is the Amazon's in-house database system, which is a NoSQL database. So that one is, this offer is like 25 GB of storage is free forever. So they're gonna charge you once you exceed 25 GB of data, which is really cool if you have a startup and you don't have a data like a user base. So yeah, that's another thing. Then we have the VPC, because a lot of things are going to be part of the virtual private cloud, and your lambdas are going to become part of that too. And sometimes your VPC does need to access the internet. Then for that you need to have the NAT gateway. So basic stuff is gonna be free. Like in terms of the networking, they allow you 5 GB of data processing. Okay. The other ones are the famous ones is the CloudFront. Uh, there is some like 50 GB of the data transfer which you can use in a CloudFront. Basically, it's a you can so the CloudFront is like a DNA. What do you call the CDN, the content delivery network? That's basically is gonna put your data close to your uh, networks. Then there is an SES for the simple email service. Amazon has that. They also allow you like 62,000 free email transcript transitions per month, and I think that is free forever. Then if you want to use their code build, like if you don't want to use the git and use the code build, they have 100 build minutes per month. Otherwise, if you're using the git, you don't need it. Then they have a SageMaker. I think this is used for the machine learning models. They have a lot of free trials for that if you want to do it. So just a few things is like just to remember that there are limits to the free tier. So each service has a specific usage limit within the free tier. So if you exceed these limits, you will be charged standard rates. And remember, we ended up giving our credit card. They are gonna charge your card. You will need to provide a credit card to sign up for the AWS. So yeah, like, but you won't be charged unless you exceed the free tier limits. Okay, and regions like basically some of them the free tiers applies to participating services across most AWS regions, but not all. So maybe you just have to make sure that these ones are there, and there are some regions you don't end up. Okay, it even says that there are 11 regions that are not enabled for this account. So but the famous ones in the US, they are gonna be included in the free tier. Okay, I'm just gonna summarize one more thing before I close this video, and that would be like, just remember that the always free ones are like the S3, which is going to give you a 5 GB of standard storage. Then there is an Amazon DynamoDB. I mentioned that is a really good one. 25 GB of storage is always going to be free. Then there is a CloudFront, again CDN stuff. 50 GB of data transfer out. And then the emails ones, that's the fourth one, which is gonna be always free, which is gonna give you 62,000 free email transmissions. And then the code build, if you're not using the Git, that's gonna give you 100 build minutes per month, and that is forever, like always free. Now the 12 months one is the EC2, and the EC2 is important because EC2 is used in many different reasons. If you just need a cloud machine, you're gonna need an EC2. If you are using the containers ECS, they're gonna end up using the EC2 instances. If you are setting up a NAT gateway, it's gonna end up using it's gonna end up using the EC2. So EC2 is only free for 1 year. And the RDS I mentioned, that's gonna be you're gonna be for the basic package of 20 GB of storage and 20 GB of backups, and the the micro instances, you're gonna be good for a year. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching.